Welcome to another edition of the Doer's Digest. Today we're diving into a tension that, let's be honest, a lot of us feel. How do you balance that deep, solemn respect with a passionate, can't-hold-it-in celebration? Our guide for this is our anchor text, 2 Samuel chapter 6. So let's jump right in.
Okay, let's start right here with this incredible image. I mean, picture this. This is not some quiet, stuffy, reserved moment. This is a king, the leader of a nation, just completely letting go in pure, unbridled joy. This one line, it perfectly sets up this beautiful collision we're going to talk about today.
But before we even get to the dancing, the story lays down a really crucial foundation first. And that's the idea that God's presence is, well, it's fiercely holy. It's sacred. It's something you have to approach with some serious intention and incredible care. Yeah, this really gets to the heart of the tension, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got this tidy, calm, everything in its place kind of worship. And on the other, you have this wild, stomping, leaping, all-out celebration. The incredible thing our anchor text shows us is that there's a place for both, and that real, deep faith learns how to hold them together. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The story makes it super clear that this whole holiness thing, it has real, and I mean serious consequences. It's not a suggestion, it's a reality that demands our full attention, something one man found out in the most tragic way. So let's talk about the cautionary tale of Uzzah. They're moving the Ark of the Covenant and suddenly the oxen stumble. And Uzzah, probably with the best of intentions, right? He just reacts. He reaches out a hand to stop it from falling, and boom, the consequence is immediate and devastating. It's a really stark reminder that what's sacred has to be handled God's way, not just based on our impulses. Okay, but that heavy, serious moment, that is not where the story ends, not even close. Because after David learns this incredibly hard lesson about reverence, the whole vibe just shifts, and we get introduced to this wild, totally unguarded, incredible joy. And this is where King David just shines. What made his celebration so powerful? It was 100% authentic. It came straight from his heart, and he literally did not care if he looked foolish to other people. I mean, his own wife, Michal, called him out on it. But David's focus was entirely on God. And this is such a key takeaway. Real, heartfelt joy isn't always pretty. It's not always graceful or dignified. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's loud. And you know what? That is more than okay. Because the point isn't to put on a perfect performance. It's about giving something real. Okay, so how in the world do you put these two things together? You've got this intense seriousness of holiness, and then this wildness of joy. How do they possibly coexist? Well, the story shows us they're not opposites you have to choose between. They're really two sides of the very same coin. It's all about obedience and overflow. See, David learned from what happened to Uzzah. So first, he figured out the right way to handle the ark, honoring God's commands. That reverence, it built a safe, strong structure. And then inside that safe structure, he was free to just let loose, to celebrate with everything he had, filling that obedience with pure life and passion. All right, so this is the Doer's Digest, right? We don't just talk about big ideas, we make them practical. So what does this ancient story have to do with you right now facing your own challenges? Let's break it down. Here are 5 big takeaways. Number 1, protect what's sacred in your life. Number 2, worship with your whole self, no holding back. 3, build good structure. 4, stop worrying about what other people think. Ignore that cheap applause. And finally, number 5, when you mess up, learn from it and adjust. These are the building blocks. Okay, here's your first practical tool. Before you jump into a sensitive situation or make a huge decision, just stop. Pause for a second and ask this simple question. Seriously, this one little act of reverence can change the entire outcome. Now, for the flip side of that coin, when you feel that rush of gratitude, that surge of pure joy, whatever it is, don't stuff it down. Don't overanalyze it. Just offer it up right then and there. Give all of it, no reservations. And last but not least, for when the critics show up, and trust me, they will. It might be someone else, or it might just be that nagging voice inside your own head. Decide this right now, ahead of time. Don't let anyone's opinion shut you down. Just decide, nope, I'll worship anyway. All right, let's wrap this up with a little pep talk, just for you. Because this isn't just some dusty old story about a king from long ago. This is about the potential that's alive and well inside of you right now.
If you walk away with one thing today, let it be this: you do not have to choose. You are fully 100% capable of holding both: the careful, reverent hands that protect what is precious, and the free, laughing heart that celebrates with wild abandon.
So please, don't dial back your joy just to make someone else comfortable. But at the same time, don't throw wisdom out the window in the name of passion. Here's how to think about it. Let reverence be the strong container that holds and shapes your passion, and let your passion be the fuel that brings fire and life to your obedience. It's that beautiful back and forth. So let's close with this thought, maybe even this prayer. It's really just a plea for the wisdom to know the difference, to know when it's time to be still and careful, and when it's time to let joy overflow. Yeah, may we all learn to live right there, in that sweet spot, with careful hands, a wide open heart, and our feet always, always ready to dance. Amen.